it moved entirely fast. And like I can say that like now that I'm older, that jank was like boom, boom, boom. And so basically everything that I was, for the most part,
Tried to build a Tower of Babel.
Basically everything I was doing, like we began to like we were together every day. I think we were worse.
I think so too.
Yeah, we were worse. Like in each other's skin. We were like, stop. We were literally, yeah, it was bad, bro. Like it wasn't no space between us. Like you, when you saw one boy, you know, you saw the other one, and so and so it started to. I think it was like moving too fast, and like you started to be a little alarmed by it. Because I think initially you were just, even though you had some reserves,
Yeah.
I think you were like, okay, whatever. But like it picked up too fast. And he was like, okay, now what that is, I ain't gonna forget. The face is stupid.
Yeah.
So at this time, the person was literally coming to class with me, coming on camp with me. She was coming on camp with me, and like that, bro. We was like,
I was confusion.
so she didn't go to the school, but she was coming with me. So she was sitting in the U and wait on me or whatever. So you know the U is where everybody used to chill at anyway. And again, we went to college, so the people that's in the U went to school with us. We had already graduated, but that was the class under us, so everybody was familiar with us. And I was bringing her around. This is before I think you really knew like how much the person was around.
Yeah,
and
I heard about it before.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. Whoever used to be running their mouth anyway. So yeah, we in there, we in the U, and for the last few weeks or so, cause y'all introduced the new person to everybody. I'm like, you know, and everybody because everybody went to school with us, either they're with us because we just graduated, or they're the classes under us and they already knew, so they like, what? They're like, Mark, you know about that? And that was pissing me off. I'm like, if y'all don't shut y'all dog on my, that girl is not my damn mama.
Even though I feel bad for the new friend though.
She act like she used to think and act like she was my mama, but I used to have to tell them, hold on.
Okay.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
gotcha.
Yeah, man. And so they were like saying their little things. You know, I was like, again, feeling myself because, bro, everybody can shut up. And one day,
had something to prove.
Anyway, one day we were in there, we were chilling and
chilling.
Yeah, we were chilling and you never, like, after we graduated high school, you never came to the U. But that day you came. One of those days you came. No, I don't even know why you came. Somebody must have tipped you off because the way it happened. You came around the corner. We were sitting in the thing, and like she was like either in the chair next to me, like she was real close. And
she could have been sitting on you.
She might have been on my.
She could have been sitting on you. I feel like that's what it was.
Yeah, it might have been.
Because I was very angry.
Yeah, I remember when you came around the way. Well, because I had my head down, and I remember it was like, you know, shows where
Maury and
the sun, where it's like everything get dark, like somebody covering the sun, and then like you all of a sudden look up, like that's literally what it felt like. And I remember the room getting silent, like everybody that was around, they went to school with us, and it was just like, ooh, like, you know, and I'm like, what? And then I looked up and you was standing there, and I was like,
Casper.
I'm like, not today, dog. But I still had to be strong and settle my business.
You gotta do that.
Cause I was really starting on you, cause girl, back up for real. So,
yeah,
yeah. So you standing there, and he was like, "We need to talk." I'm like, "Girl, don't come here with that, cause that do not work on me no more. I've moved on."
You were really standing on business. You really were.
And like the fact that you would not understand on yours, that was pissing me off even more. Cause like, girl, move now.
When you stand, I'm astonished. Okay.
Cause I'm like, bro, go on now. And you just kept standing there. You was like, no, we need to talk now. I said now, and I'm doing all that. I'm like, bro. And you was like, I'm going outside. You need to meet me out there. I'm like, girl, you think you finna embarrass me in front of all these people? So I sat there.
3.
I sat there.
2.
For a minute, I did. I sat down. And then eventually, amen.
You
because I didn't want to cause any further chaos. Okay? But also at the time, like, I knew how she was, and nobody felt like all that.
Oh.
Cause you didn't like you know like for
No, I would call.
You were adamant, and you know, and it's
I would
like
cause a scene.
Yeah, amen. And so I'm like, bro, all right, let me just go ahead. But the person was following me out the door, and so from her tone and body language, I had to turn around and be like, hey, chill out, sit down. I got that. This is on me, you know, because new friend trying to, no. You
gotta sit down somewhere.
Yeah, and so we went outside, we was talking, and it got real out there.
It did.
We was out there for a minute, but you had to go to class, so that's what ended up cutting stuff short.
It's possible.
Yeah, and it got a little, you know, they came back out there. They got a little words to share. It was a lot, and so after that day, I was just like, I was just mad because first of all, you trying to embarrass me in front of freaking everybody. Like even though I knew her ways, and I knew what like upset you, I wasn't really like, you know, I wasn't conscious about it because
you didn't care. And not at that time, no.
I don't want to say that, but the carol was low.
Okay.
The carol was low.
You got one up from not caring. Got it.
The carol was low, and I had something to fall back on. If you be honest, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you really showed me.
What does that mean?
You really showed me.
That's what you put.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, you know, again, new person is not fully aware of everything.
Right.
They just know when you're upset, and so they're basically bandaging the upsetness and the hurt. So they're the ones just like kind of petting you in a sense, like don't worry about that because you know, and no fault or hit, but when you don't know, you just and you young because this person was young too.
Younger.
A year younger. They were younger, and
Is 49 not younger than 50?
Anyway,
Amen.
And so, yeah, there were just some things, amen. And so the breakdown of it. Shortly after that, we were almost, it was no talking. But after that, it was like very slim. I saw her, and still, not to this day, but when I confronted you about it, you was like, you didn't realize, you didn't see me or something like that. But you were with 2 other people. I was with 2 other people. And I saw you at a church in passing, and you didn't. I felt like you saw me because I feel like we locked eyes and you didn't say anything. But we were in a bad place.
Where was this?
New Jerusalem, First Jerusalem.
What's that?
ACL Boulevard. It was some type of something.
What were we there for?
Some kind of program that I dropped by. Y'all dropped by. I think y'all had to do something. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
and I was like, that. Even though we was in a bad place, that thing, what? Because you know I don't do, now.
Nope.
And I got in that car. We was in Marquise' truck. I know. That was my dog. Yeah, y'all know. Marquise was around there. I said,
so many stories.
I was so mad. I was like, this girl, she can't, bro. That turned me up. And that day, I made my decision. And I remember like sending you something on Snap. Like that, we literally ended our friendship on Snapchat.
Oh, you gotta help me with that. I don't think I remember that.
I slid up on something that you had, and I was like, for real. I was like, I just seen you couldn't speak. Like you know, once I'm hot now. And I slid up on something, and you were like, you know, basically saying like I didn't see you or wasn't interested. I was like, girl, nobody trying to hear like I was already going.
I think I remember.
Yeah, the church my brother had to play it for. And I had to play drums. And I was in that parking lot, and before we went in, I handled the business. Because I was like, she done blew me, and I'm done with her. And you know, don't make it no better when you got amping. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got folk like,
ready.
Yeah, that's right. Because, yeah. And so, help and being mad. And so I ended the friendship right there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I said something. And you said something. And I was like, girl, whatever. I was like, I hope you have a nice life. Something. It was not good. It was not good at all. And I hate that. I hate how that happened. And I know we've like talked before, but I really do apologize for that. That was not handled right. But I was upset. And back in the day, I didn't know how to properly handle. Yeah, like once I was there, I was like, that's it. Yeah, and it wasn't no coming back. And so time went on, and I was making all the claims because I was hurt. Man, I was hurt. I was so freaking. I was devastated because I'm like, the closest thing to what? And you know, to put it out there was no like betrayal. There was none of those things. We just like literally grew up and didn't know how to understand the shift in the dynamics and stuff like that. But it wasn't.
And I can say that I don't think it was a situation where, I don't want to say we grew apart. I don't know if I want to chuck it up to that, because I felt like if we had, I guess, the right people in our corner to help us to navigate through that, and even us, if we were a little bit more self-aware and aware, I think that, because like our beliefs aligned, like our goals aligned, what we want, it aligned, but that process to get there, it was weird. It was just a weird space. So like I said, we grew up, we were growing. I don't think it was a situation where we grew apart, though. I think it was just, we kind of fell into like just doing our, I don't know. It's just where I can't.
Fell apart it might be a little too hard. Yeah. But as time went on, I was affected by it. And so a new person saw all of those effects. And like I always say, regardless of, you know, what terms anybody is on, I'll always say that, you know, the individual that's coming in only can see how you're being affected by it.
Right.
So sometimes they build their feels
perception
and their perception off of the hurt version of you, because that's how they found you. And so, you know, a little like overprotecting is a little like, you know, like, hey, you don't mess
I'm here now, like,
yeah, and you don't mess up.
You're good.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna never do this to you.
Right.
And so, you know, so I really went, bro. Like I used to just like be crying. Like it was real. You know, I don't cry, bro. You know, well back then, cause now I'm all in touch with my feelings. But back then, I wasn't in touch with my feelings, and so I would have these like moments of breakdown, you know, and I was just really hurt about it. And so, new person really filled the void, and I will honestly say that filling the void did not allow me to properly handle, you know, me, the hurt, and like even the image and the thought of you. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't no harborer, but I'm a like one and done kind of person.
Yeah.
So like cause I'm one of those people like, bro, once I'm with you, I'm loyal. Like I'm loyal.
Very much so.
And I'm a good friend. I'm a good person, and like I got you, bro. So like the minute you just don't got me or feel like that, bro, what? You know? So it was a lot. It was a lot, and I didn't handle that process the best. I think I learned how to like put a Band-Aid over it, or force myself to like disassociate with the feelings, and like being adamant about never wanting you in my life again. It felt better to do that. Cause like I'm
I
hurt, bro.
remember you explained that to me.
What?
Said I remember you explained that to
Yeah.
me. For me, it was a little different. I played more into my relationship at the time with my current boyfriend, and at the time we were literally building a life together. So I played more into that, and it kind of silenced that, like, I don't have my best friend anymore, because at the time he was. And for me, like,
Right.
for me, I'm a one type of everybody. I'm a one, like, at the time, I felt like only one person could feel that, like, best friend
Yeah.
person, you know, like the only person I could be close with, right? And so I think that's another reason why I found it hard to say you can have a boyfriend, you can have a best friend, you can have all of these things, you just have to put them in the proper perspective, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, I was like, okay, cool, fine. He's all of those things. It wasn't until later on things got real for me, and I'm like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
where's Brittany? And it's not good, but it's real.
Yeah.
Like, and we say we're going to be open and honest. Sometimes you go, and you think you're doing well. But like in that moment, I was like, bro, where is my person? Like, when I was going through one of the most challenging and the toughest times of my life, it was only one person, and I was with the person at the time, but it was only one person I needed to run to that could understand, and that was my safe place. It was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, it was like oh shoot, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a reality hit for me. Yeah, it was, and there was moments, right? Like certain things, like little insiders, or like here and there, like little insiders, and I'm like, only Brit would pick that up, or like something, because we were all over Savannah, right?
Yeah, right. Everybody
knew. So it would be a reminder there, or a reminder, with my mom and all the things, and my family, and they would ask about it. So there were reminders. But when that thing hit, it hit like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh my goodness, like, where's my best friend? Because I never, like I said, I replaced, or he was a replacement or whatever. But as far as getting another female best friend, like, no. Yeah. And even to this day, I don't have one. That's like, crazy. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was tough act to follow.
My God, I'm humbled. Wow. I'm humbled. Finally.
Humbled is crazy. I hate when people say that.
Humbled.
Isn't it humbled?
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I'm all of them.
And
I appreciate you for saying that, because, like, that's something that's big for me. I'm big on character. I'm big on like, what you might want to, like, I'm one of them people that I'm a good, like, bro, I'm good, and you can try to figure me out and whatever, but people that know me, one thing you can't say, that I ain't loyal. That
your intentions aren't pure.
Right, bro. What?
Because if you say that, I know you lying. Yeah. Like, I just know you lying. Because we talking about the same person.
Yeah, and I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no heart to hurt nobody. Like, bro, I don't do stuff like that. So I appreciate you for, like, saying that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think we both found things to, like, take our attention away. Hers not as negative as mine, because mine, in a sense, was kind of like toxic, because it avoided the problem, really.
And mine was too. Yeah. It just it came out in a different way. Like I said, it came out in a different way. Yeah.
And I just learned to, like, at that time, because I did not do good with stuff like that. So the way for me to handle hurt was disassociate, but like let the worst lead you. Like this person made you feel like this, you know? This person made you feel like this, like you were very hurt by this. You could never do this again. Don't you ever open yourself up to them. Don't ever. And when it come to her, that's it. She could never give, like, you know, like, I've said that a few times.
Yeah.
About different, you know, there have been certain things that have not ended right, and I'm just like, bro, I'm good. I ain't got nothing else. I'm straight. But boy, let me tell you one thing, boy. God know how to make you eat.
I mean, put it on a silver plate.
God know how to make you eat that thing, boy. You know how to make you eat them words. And so, you know, questions and stuff that was happening for me too, because again, we were literally like engraved in each other's lives. Even, you know, everybody know me, church is big in my life. Yeah. The church.
Y'all, I was
church felt the loss. Like, they like, when you playing with my game? I'm like, bro, hey, don't ask me what, bro. Like,
volunteering.
Yeah. It was
all of that.
Yeah, we was really like etched in for real. So, yeah, it was crazy. So, time is going on. We are not speaking. I feel like
I think I broke the ice.
Yeah, you did.
But it was
because I kind of came back around. Damn, do we want to talk about this?
What do you mean?
Because remember, I came back around, but I was cool with.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I can share. I got pregnant, and at the time I was living with my partner's like family, and that was a very interesting place for me because I was just like, oh, Savior. And the first person I wanted to call during this whole ordeal was Brittany. And I did.
You did? I was just about to say. And I don't know how. What was the first?
At the time, I was a manager at a boutique downtown. And I just remember, like, I don't know if I text first.
Yeah, it was like over Instagram.
But I remember us talking because I had to open the store. And I was the only one in the store. And I just boo-hoo cried. I just let it out. I was like, Britt, like, da-da-da-da. And if anybody knows Britt, this is one of the things that just makes her, it sets her apart. Things still were not addressed.
Yeah, because we was not even talking.
So we weren't talking.
Yeah.
But in that moment, she was who she always was, like a listening ear, my safe place. And like legit in that moment, I remember
being able to breathe. Yeah. Exhale, yeah.
Being able to breathe.
Because I feel like you probably thought the worst, like I wasn't going.
But not even just that, it was my safe place. I was like, oh, I'm in familiar territory now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be vulnerable. I can be open. I can scream. I can cry. I can yell. And it was just, I was okay. I was okay. So yeah, that was an interesting.
I remember that now.
Part for me, and like I had to put all pride aside. Like it was like I know.
Because initially,
listen, I need you like, right now.
I'm like, you know, and we're literally, time has gone. You know, new people are where they
established, right?
Yeah,
you know, they set.
So I'm like, what they hit me up about? But you know, one thing about me though. Now, I'm going to stand on how I feel, but God, He's one of the main people that can get me to change my...
Yeah.
And I got a heart. I got a heart, though.
You do. And you know when to, like...
Yeah, come off the little...
Be appropriate and listen.
Yeah.
Now, it's still like, all right, we about to... all right.
And don't get happy about this little moment.
Right. But I'll be here for you. So, and then there, And then I didn't realize until later on it was different for you. But there, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I go get my fruit bag.
And for me, I'm like, no, the heck you ain't. That girl thought she was in that thing. Bow, bow.
And I was sadly
Yeah.
mistaken.
I know. And like, now I think about it, I'm so sorry. That is so jacked. It's not funny, y'all. But like, I'm remembering it as you saying it. Man, dang, bro. I was cutthroat, boy. I was kind of cutthroat. But again, you gotta look at it now. Time had passed. Knew was wrong. I already made the claim.
I would have felt better if you just hung up in my face and said, hey, you gotta walk this by yourself.
I wouldn't do that because that ain't me at the court.
But you would pretend, well, not pretend,
I wasn't
but you
pretending, but for me, it was just like.
But even in that moment, like, even if you were just there for me in that moment, I legit, and I think that's what I'm saying is, I think that's why I was so like hurt later on, because I'm like
you was getting
like right. It was just like, okay, cool. And it was at the time it was no slight to the new relationship you built, because I already knew when I called you, I already knew what it was, right? And it was it honestly wasn't any disrespect at the time. It was just, for me, it was like, how can we find our way, not even back, but where you're like in my life again. And that was my intention, and
I was coming around, but it wasn't for you.
No.
So
and that was another.
So Boo, X was partner.
Which was crazy because he was the reason for me as to why there was a shift in our relationship. Yeah. He didn't do anything, right? Because I dropped the ball and I didn't handle things properly. Because I didn't do either. He became like the fall guy, right?
Yeah, no.
So, but
and in our minds, because I'm
best friends.
Yeah, and so in his mind, I didn't like him. In my mind, he didn't like me, and. Eventually it felt like maybe you like planted us against each other. And the scenario worked because where we already were. And like you just said, this person really was the reason why we not. And so, eventually he started playing for my church. And that's how we got cool. Like, we was together, almost every day. So she was wrong. But I wasn't really bumping with her though, for real. She was around, but I wasn't really like. And at the time, new person in my life was more like friendly and being around you than I was. There'll be times where we would like come to the house and me and new friend be outside, and I get like tensed up, and she like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Bro." I'm like, I can't do this, bro. Like, and for me, again, we didn't talk about anything. Mm-mm. So it was uncomfortable. Cause I'm like, I know you like in a thing right now, but it's hard. Like, I can't see past this right now.
It was so weird because like, how could it be a situation with the person that I was seeing, you were just like locked in, and the fact that, for me it was like you couldn't even give me a chance to, because mind you, there was no like two attempts to reconcile. Like, it was nothing. It was so, I felt like even if that was the case, we owed something, like, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that that's what it was.
Yeah.
And
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, it wasn't no first attempt, second attempt. No, it wasn't that.
But I didn't like what you just said. Just made me like feel bad. It made me think about it. Like, dang, that's kind of crazy. Like, I locked in with the partner.
Yeah,
it was on. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, dang, that was really disregarding for real. And I wasn't. And I'll say it was selfish because I wasn't thinking about how you felt.
Right.
I was just like, I was like. Bro,
bummed it.
I feel how I feel, and I'm straight.
Right.
And so it would be awkward, and it was like there were moments I knew she was like being her and trying, and I was like, heck no, because I know what you're doing. Get the heck away. What the man said? Like it was just and it started to feel like old. Like it was like you was I'm like like making my skin girl. No, ain't none of that going on. This I used to be telling a new friend, I'm like, bro, like I think this girl think, bro, I'm straight.
And I actually was thinking that.
And you were. The face. Okay.
I actually.
And I feel bad. I feel so bad that like I did, like, you know what I'm saying, like that was not my perspective of it though. At all. And that was a crazy time too. So I apologize because you were you had a lot going on. That's crazy. And so like I was just, again, because I didn't handle what I should have for me after everything happened initially, everything was just bandaged. So when it came back around to me like having to be in your presence, see, it was like, man. Nah, I said I wouldn't never do this, and it's a little too close. But then it was like, I feel like I still had like anger a little bit. Because it's like, I'm about to make you feel it too, in a way, you know? Because back then, y'all, for real, like once I would have got mad, bro, that's really, all bets is all, bro. I was something else. Yeah, I was something else, and I didn't handle my anger and stuff right. And so I apologize for that. That is crazy. Like I can see everything in my head right now. Everything's playing back, and like I just can see you, like, you know how like you can see a puppy, like, and they longing for something, or like a kid, and it's like, dang, like I can see that in my head right now. So. Yeah, man, I apologize. But she held her chin up, man, because I was coming around a lot. And like you learned how to navigate. I don't know how you did it.
I had to have like a honest conversation with myself, and then the person I was seeing at the time, I was like, they tolerate me because of you. I literally told him that. Oh man, that just made me get all like hot on my neck, bro. Dang, man. I'm sorry, man. It's okay. No, I hate that you felt I told him, I said, they're only tolerating me because of you. I said, they want you. They don't want me. So I don't want to, because at the time I think he was trying to, because he felt the weirdness too. Because like after hanging with y'all, it would be, and it would be so unfair a little bit. From my perspective, it was unfair. Because at the time, I was the one with the 9 to 5. And he would have like odd end jobs that, I mean, he could free. Right, he had freedom. Like what he was working, it was like a weekend thing, but he was making enough, you know. So his week, during the week, it was open. And so I would literally remember being at work while they spend the day together. Yeah. And come to the house and they're still hanging out, and I just remember feeling really lonely during that time. And so I told him, I was just like, I'm sorry, bro. But I already told you this. I know. I just remember feeling lonely. And I think that I think it was just a really weird place. I don't think that I knew how to convey like what I needed from a partner in that aspect, or say, hey, like Britt, like I want you to be my friend, and that's not something that you could give right now, but you being here is it's a little much for me, and you not being here for me and wanting my partner, in a sense,
It wasn't no like, I walk in the house and not speak.
No, it wasn't that at all.
But it was
very clear who
like
she was there for.
I feel like it, and I could be honest and say it probably was still disregarding, like, and I hate that. Oh my God.
Yeah. So no, it's. I mean.
No, that's crazy. Like perspective is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where your mind be at, and then you realize, like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, like I would never,
Yeah. And I think it was just a lot of immaturity on everyone's aspect. Yeah. Like
nobody knew how to.
I was immature in not knowing how to convey. My partner at the time was immature because he didn't know how to be a soon to be, like.
Right.
At the time we were thinking about marriage and all the things. He wasn't walking in that, right? So differentiating between, like, okay, this is the mother of my child, this is da-da-da-da, and I didn't feel like I was being taken seriously. Like, I felt like everything I said was too much. I feel like I was overreacting. I feel like me saying, hey, I feel lonely, it was like, oh, you just being Markia.
And you pregnant too.
And I was pregnant. It was a lot going on, and I felt like,
I'm saying, like, oh, those mood swings.
Yeah. Or I was just being, it was no regard for what was actually going on in my mental. And like, I legit remember crying out, like, this is where I am. Like, help me get out of this. How do I fight this? And I didn't have anyone to help me fight it. I just had to, like, take it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be fine. So yeah, that was a very lonely place to be in. Yeah. And like, I don't think anything was intentional on anybody's end, but yeah, I didn't want to feel that way. I didn't want to be that way. Just didn't know what else. I just felt alone. But
and I hate it because nobody deserves to, feel like that. So I apologize for not even, being able to come.
Nobody looked at it like that.
But like being able to come out of yourself and see, hey, somebody's not okay, or this is a lot, or this is uncomfortable for somebody else. And like I said earlier, like, it's selfishness, if you will, and I could be 100% and say that because I didn't have any, like, I'm hurt, or I was hurt, like, okay, I don't have too much to give you, because at the time I feel like I'm hurt because of you. So, but I apologize, like, God, if I had the mind that I have today, then
same, I feel the same.
It, like,
I wouldn't. Okay, I won't go there. But
a lot of decisions would have been different,
baby.
But no, man, And so again, we've shared this a little bit, and like
we did.
We literally
Carrabba's.
Yeah.
When we first
reconnected. So I gotta get back. Yeah, let's get down to that. That was the time. So we disconnect again, even though we weren't really. We
disconnected. Fast forward, I ended up having my son. Love him. His father and I were no longer together. But again, you guys still stayed in touch. But it was like, I guess it was weird for y'all too, because it was like, she's our friend, but that's our dog. Like, she pregnant.
Because we was around,
Yeah, they were around. So,
new friend was watching kids.
New friend was actually babysitting.
Yeah. Okay, move the freak on.
Okay.
And I remember how we started talking. Came her behind in your darn stove trying to talk trash about me, and you reached out and was like, And I was like, goody for your mind. Cause you thought somebody had beef that we not.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
right,
come on that now. Yeah. Come on that
Right,
now.
yeah.
Time is going on.
Yep.
We're officially, in a sense, disconnected.
Yeah, for sure.
And
yeah, after a big blow up.
And even the more, I'm just like, yo, I'm straight. Like, I don't have any intentions of going backward. You know, that's my thought processes. Again, there have been no conversations about anything. We just, moved on.
Yeah.
And so time is going on where even then, often asked about somebody that y'all ain't seen in about 4 years. Back the heck up. Nah. You know what I'm saying? We're coming across people, befriending people, and we're like the people's mutual, but we ain't. Yeah. And so.
And let's talk about it. That really bothered people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people didn't know how to handle it.
I literally had people say, I was like, yeah, no, we don't talk like that. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought y'all were gonna be together forever. Like,
especially people from school. Literally, like
that was actually one of our they have the little superlatives.
Oh yeah. The people who would never stop being friends. Yeah.
Yep, that was.
Dang, you broke it. Sake. But yeah, people just it was getting a lot. And so because we both church world, music world.
Yep.
You know, she sang, I play. Our circles, or we're familiar with all the same people.
Yep.
Concerts and stuff are being had, and I feel like even for the most part, we didn't always run into each other as much. But there were people we were befriending and coming close with that was cool with the other.
Yeah.
And so time was going on, and I meet Emmanuel freaking Pinckney. That's my brother, man. That's my dog. But at first he wasn't. No, at first he was not. He was coming to the church I was at the time, and visiting and all that. And I was just like, who is this boy doing a lot? Because literally, in a sense, they kind of have some of the same. Like what I remember about her, like that open freeness, like want to love you, want to be nice. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that again now. And he was coming around, and then eventually started singing at the church, and eventually, like, we started hanging out. Like, some kind of, I don't even know, started hanging out. But I already knew who he was. I knew that y'all used to be around and singing. I was like, initially, I was like, heck no. Because you be at Marquia. And I'm straight. I don't have nothing for you. Okay? And I was standing on business now for a long time. I'm straight, bro. No, I'm good on him. He messed with the op.
And I've even been asked to and that's one thing about me. Out of everything that is transpired, I've never had, I guess, anything bad to say. Yeah. It was just like,
some things happen,
right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I know I've been open and honest about what I've contributed to the fall of the relationship. But I even remember being asked, because someone was supposed to sing there, and it was another friend that connected with the church. And I just said, I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
And then that was turned into something else by the time it got to me.
Yeah. No, it was, I said, mm-mm.
Yeah. And I get it.
I'm not.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. And it's kind of like being in the same situation again where you're like an outsider. Like, I don't want to be in that. I was like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And the question arose even with Manny. Like, he was like, I just want to make sure you're good. He was like, just let me know. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, y'all are good.
Right.
I said, I'm just not
ready for that.
Yeah. Ready for that. Yeah. And they were respectful.
Yeah, they kept it like, yeah. And so I knew who they were. And I used to see the pictures and stuff because eventually we connect on social media, and I'm like, or if a new friend was telling me, like she keep, this person is. I'm like,
right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stay further and further away.
Yeah.
But eventually we got cool. We locked in, and he was like, we would talk about it here and there, cause Manny, he's very like, oh my God, he love to be somebody freaking counselor, like move out the way, like. And so we're talking, and he will have real conversations with me about it, and he'll give me a different perspective in certain things, and sometimes I was just like, boy, he was not there, so that's without that. But I honestly believe the Lord used him, and I told him this the other day. The Lord used him to be like a bridge, in a way, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't see it initially, none of us did. But like him kind of like being that sometimes you do need a middle person that like loves both people, is not biased, and knows how to walk that, right? Yeah. Like, because it gets weird. Yeah. It gets weird, especially when you're not like secure. I could be your friend. I could be your friend, and I'm gonna tell you I am their friend, but it ain't gonna be none of that. Yeah, and it ain't gonna be none. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so he was like, there would be times where I'd be like, boy, he was like, that's my sister, cause I, and I'm like, Manny, I don't care about that. Yeah, your sister. Yeah. Amen. Yeah, he never had to do that with me. Yeah, but again, where I was at was like, stop talking about her. Nobody want to hear about her, bro. I moved on. Can't you see? You did again. Okay. But again, I had moved on. Even then, it wasn't as bad as the beginning. I had moved on, but it was something that stung. Like that, bro. Like y'all new people don't know how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like how that affected. Like, bro, we were like, it just sometimes the thought of it stung, and I'm like, I don't want to have to keep feeling that. I don't want to, like, so I did all I could to just stay out the way with it and deny and detach and just get away from any conversation, anything where anybody thought, no. And so, through Manny and I, Shani, us all getting cool, it just, some kind of way kind of led us more into spaces where we were starting to be around each other. Because for a long time we wasn't seeing each other, even though we like in the same worlds. We weren't seeing each other. But like after getting cool with him, it's like, hey, wait a minute now. Keep ending up. And the crazy part though about it is, like when that started happening and like we would speak to each other, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was hard for people to tell, like, dang, y'all boy went cool at one point. Because it wasn't no, and that's what I'm saying about me. Like, I'll feel how I feel, but genuinely in my, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no. So when we speak, and then after a while, like each time it got like more personal. Like it started off like a, hey, that's it. Hey. Then it got into, hey, how you been? Okay. Then it started like gradually becoming something, and then. Grooving with Manny. 2022? Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. And that's why I say, Manny, bro, you don't even know. I love that boy, man. He does know. That's what. Grooving with Manny, he's having his birthday concert. Markia is part of the singing because, of course, they're close. Yep. I'm there to do streaming and pictures. And so I know she's going to be there. And I've had my prep already. My pre-something, because I'm like, bro. And at that time, I was going through. Ooh, I can't wait till we get into that. Keep going. But in a good way. Okay. In a good way. Because I was really, I was going through, bro. I was going through, and, like in multiple areas, church, personal. person that was new friend and ain't new friend no more. We friend, we old friends, and old friends is wearing down, and like now we in a rough place. Like that's not crazy, bro. Like we were in a tough space, like dang near similar. Like
similar as far as there was a rough space.
Yeah, rough space.
Similar as far as the reason.
Similar, like similar. It was just like it was rough. When I say
it was rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
That's it.
And I'm like, bruh, all right. And so I'm coming in there. I got a pretty open mind, because I know that all the instances we've had already were kind of like straight.
And they were like,
But also, I feel like at the core, I never forgot who you were.
Mm-hmm.
So like you were never nasty. Like I've never seen you be nasty. I've never seen you like, like you never were like that. And for the most part, I wasn't either.
Right.
I would not probably be the first one to initiate all the time.
And that's what I think you fought against. Like, you ain't like that. I'm not like that. But because I'm mad at you, I'm about to be like, or I'm not finna.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so you used to come.
They ain't mad at me.
And that day, you were very like 9th grade.
2011. I was gonna say 2011.
Yeah, and I was like, what? But at the same time, it was like refreshing because got a lot going on. But it was a lot because friend was there present for these things, and so it was a lot because I already prepped. I've been prepped by friend too, in a sense, like, because I'm talking these things too, like, oh my God, this person gonna be here. I don't know how to, whatever. And not that I was like thinking that bad. It just was, but that day was just, it was crazy. Everything was so natural. And I think that was the day that was our first time like really engaging.
Right, because everything before that was like
a passing.
Yeah.
And that one was like, we got lost. Yeah, we got lost. And it just happened naturally because I don't even know why I was even coming over there. I forgot how we even started.
I don't know.
But conversation started and we were there
the people
in them people's house, like, you know what I'm saying, just talking. And like I just kind of like lost myself, and I feel like I had that one of those moments you said you had, like,
yeah,
like, oh man, damn, it felt like what I knew.
Yeah. And
so, it took me through various emotions.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, whoa, that was refreshing. That was cool. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
And it wasn't hard.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, what does this mean?
Yeah.
All right. Wait.
Yeah.
It was a lot of things, and so I taught.
Especially with what you were dealing with at the time, and I didn't know, and that's another thing too. Mm-hmm. During the whole ordeal of us like reconnecting and that, like, I never knew about anything. Issues going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so I was talking to the new best friend. I keep saying new. At that point, she wasn't new. But I was talking to the best friend at that time. And I kind of went with an open heart. And I think that probably was what was different for the person. Like, that's unfamiliar. What? Like, why you sound... I'm just saying, like, I can imagine, because I'm going to keep it 100. I can imagine, like, from their standpoint, it was like, what?
That's not what we was on.
Yeah, you talking a little too good. Like, why you sound happy? You know what I'm saying? Why it sound like it's some hope about something after I've had to pick you up, after you were hurt. You get what I'm saying? In that mindset, I had to basically help you recover from this person. I had to help heal you. And you swore.
And I made you keep that promise too. Held you accountable.
You swore that you'd never do anything, like you not be talking to her, none of that. That's dead. Because you were so hurt by it. So I think for the person, it was just like, it was unfamiliar. It was like, what? Like, we already kind of shook up. Like, we already in a weird place.
Yeah.
But what? Like, that's what, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I could be, that's what I say, bro. I don't care what kind of terms, you know, because me and that person, we're no longer, we have no connection, no relationship, no ties, or nothing. But you know, the kind of person I am, I could be integral and honest about it, no matter what terms. And so, for that person, I think it was alarming because this goes against the guidelines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I was mixed with emotions because I'm like, all right, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Everything about that felt freeing. It felt like, okay, I'm making a stride, you know, to something. But then it was a lot to process. So then when we planned to link up and have a sit down, that brought even more
clarity.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it brought clarity now.
Clarity.
No, for sure clarity.
For us.
Yeah, clarity. But it brought a little resistance for us over here. Cause like, hey, all right now, you went from saying could never to now you talking. Now you too much about, you know.
Now you're planning.
Yeah, and going well, doing what, you know. And so, in a lot of ways, it's easy to feel threatened. Like you feel like your place is being threatened. Also, kind of knowing, like, in a sense, you like, God, how do I say this? And no disrespect, because I don't know who will watch, but no disrespect. But if you think about it in a certain way, it's like you were the void filler for this person, and it's like you can feel threatened by it because, like, what you mean you back around?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, what you trying to do? What's your intentions? And so it was a lot. So we link up, we go to lunch, we sit down, we at Carrabba's, and
for like hours.
Get to talking.
Yeah.
And we saying everything. We saying things neither one of us knew. We giving our perspectives. We're sharing our hearts.
Yeah.
And we just listening. Like, we were like being mature enough to like hear each other.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever. And just learning things that neither one of us knew. And bro, we sat there and cried like churn, and then we cried like two toddlers at that doggone table, man.
I think the beauty in that was being able to sit in the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't
everything was uncomfortable.
Everything.
Not just what we talked about, but like being here.
Yeah.
This is an intimate something.
It's
we have not done anything like
this in a very long time.
Yeah.
What can come from this, you know? But it was beauty in that.
Yeah, it was. I went home talking about that. Like, man, that thing messed me up, bro. And it just like, I had to laugh at God because I'm like, God, you're so funny, bro. Every time I tell you I'm straight, bro, you always, bro. Like, you blowing me there for real. But ultimately, I was grateful for the moment of reconciliation. I was grateful for understanding and forgiveness, and I was like, oh my God, we got that off. Like, and by that time, it had been a minute. We were cool since 16. You stopped being cool 2016. It's 2022.
Like 6 years?
Yeah. It had been 6 years since we like done any of that. And so it was like a moment, but it was like we could see like, of course we're older now, but it was like, dang, we done grew up.
Yeah.
We're both in a better headspace. We're mature enough to like talk about what is, what was.
Yeah.
And it was no pressure about what's gonna be.
Right. I think we both did really good with managing our expectations. Yeah. Right.
Because honestly, even still then, I didn't have much. I was open to like
the possibility, whatever.
But because I had a lot going on, baby, it was weighing me down. I'm talking about to the dirty ground. I had a lot going on. Yeah, so it wasn't, even on my end, it wasn't like before, right, where I was like, oh. I'm sorry, stop talking about that part, because that is just jacked up now. That don't make no sense.
It wasn't like before where I'm like, ooh, I see an opening.
Yeah.
I see healing.
This time around, I can say. I pick my head up when you. Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, I think.
Yeah, and I think we went in. You know what I'm saying? Our mindsets.
No different.
But I was literally open though, and I remember being vocal about it to former best friend, and I'm like, man, honestly, I'm open to whatever. I'm not, and I think even that was a lot for, you know. And as I'm saying, I'm like,
that was a mouthful.
Girl, you standing on Lord. You know, I'm trying to think back to myself like, whoa, we were talking.
We're
really saying some things, and you know, and I'm like trying to have a peaceful conversation with somebody about changes, and I'm being open.
Yep.
And that person,
and that wasn't
to this day
that
can still say that to this day. I came to that person about everything that was happening because that's the kind of person I am.
Yep.
I'm integral.
Yep.
And I'm like, I want you to know because you were a part of a phase where I said I would never. You were a part of a phase where I felt like this, I did this, I said I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, please, cause why? Yeah, okay. And so I want you to be clear that if you see me engaging, it's not that I'm fake.
Right.
I'm in a different place, and I've talked to this person, and we.
Yes.
So I always wanted it to be clear, and
it's been 6 years.
Yeah, it has been.
It's not like, you know what I'm saying, like it was a week that you said that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
It was 6 years.
No, it was 6.
Because we don't even, the little in between when I got cool with that don't even really count.
No, it doesn't. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't.
It don't count. It don't count. So, doing that, I was just like, I just felt led to, because old me that you got, and that's what I'm saying, new person don't even understand, girl, you got a whole different version of Brittany Nicole, because this girl, because had I been...
Oh, she's talking now. Huh.
Because had I been like that, I wouldn't have told you nothing. I just would have did what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we already in a pickle too, man. You in a pickle, we in a bind. I ain't got to tell you a third thing. You know, but I didn't do that because I had grown past that. And I've always been integral.
Yep.
Or whatever. So I'm just letting the person know, I'm like, hey, this is what it is. I don't want you to feel no kind of way. I don't want you to think nothing's fake.
Right.
And there may be a possibility. I'm like, I'm open. I literally remember saying, I'm open to whatever happens, whatever God wants to do. Because that night at Manny's thing, I literally felt like a peace about it. I did. It scared me though a little bit.
And it's so funny, and I, again, like no shade or anything. But even in the rebuilding, there, like I said, there was no. The intention wasn't to fill a void.
Yeah.
It was literally just like,
yeah.
Hey, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Different.
It was a different kind of.
The need was.
Yeah. I think for both of us, it wasn't. The intention wasn't. Oh, things are crumbling over here.
Yeah, let me come back over here. And
right.
I know that's what people be. And I know some of y'all done said that. I know it, cause I felt it in my Ishana about 2-3 months ago. But it's all right. I know y'all been saying that, but that ain't what it was. So, things are progressing, and I'm open to whatever. And I talked to my mom about it. You know, my mom was like, well, you know, I'm happy that y'all, you know, like, because number one, like, why did we walk around that long? And it wasn't so much of like harboring unforgiveness.
It was just
like it wasn't nothing I need to be delivered from. Like
out of my, you know,
it was just like
spitting up and stuff.
It wasn't no, like, I didn't hate Marquia. I never did. I was just like, her like, dang nigga, he like, man, come on, bro. You fake. Cause why would you do that? I lost my friend. Like, you know, so it was just something I was like really hurt about. Yeah. And so time is going on, and like we even the more and more spaces together.
Yep.
It's getting more comfortable, it's getting more lax. Like, she doing stuff like coming up, jumping on people again. I'm like, hey.
We went to Barnes.
Yeah.
You and Rylan had a moment.
Oh yeah. So like stuff is like coming together, and as stuff is coming together over here, groceries are falling down over there, and so there's a falling down and a coming
building
up. Yeah.
And y'all, I didn't know about this until.
Yeah, you didn't know. And again, because I'm integral, a lot of stuff I didn't even tell her till it was like all over. Yeah. I never even told her.
And like the most that I knew, like, and that was when we went to Longhorn. Like we spent the day together.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You had other things planned or whatever. We were going to spend a little time together, but then things kind of fell through.
Yeah.
So we ended up spending the day together, and it was just like, he was like, yeah, things are like, it's a little shaky, but you never went into like this bashing.
For people that, just stop right there. Because people have said some things about me, bro. And I'm not trying to make this messy, but for real, people have like tried to make me seem like I'm somebody that just, and like I uncover stuff and like, bro, that ain't even me. And it's from somebody that been around before all y'all.
No.
Never. That's not my, I don't do stuff like that.
And even in that, because I've been around, you would think you would feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I kept that job.
No, it was very much so locked down. You know what I'm saying?
And like I was, we were in a bad place, and I was still covering.
No, covering. Like,
yeah, for real.
Literally, stuff was going on.
I'm like,
that
no,
day, and it was just like, nah, we good. We're just going through this patch or whatever. But no, it was no bashing. It was no just going in or just being nasty or just dumping.
Or
it was none of that. No, none of that.
Yeah.
It was always integral.
Mm-hmm.
And that spoke volumes to like how even us rebuilding, you know what I'm saying, like what the foundation was, right? It was never on anything.
No messy type
we
of
were
job.
trying to figure out
each other. Nobody had time to be thinking about.
So I'm so
like
sorry to disappoint you guys, but that was not.
Yeah, cause y'all love it.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna go there tonight.
Yeah, it's cool. But it wasn't that. Like,
it wasn't.
Legit.
Yeah. And so like it was the purity of it. Mm-hmm. It was like, okay, and so yeah, we seen each other more. You know, we going out to eat. We doing these little things. And I'm with the stride now because I already done said, okay, God, I'm open to whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm with the stride. But there were a few moments like in the back of my mind, I was like, whew, all right, okay, all right. You know, this is especially after the ultimate
demise.
Severing demise, yes, of the friendship that I had with the former person, and man, that thing,
yeah,
God, man, it rocked my world, bro.
I'm surprised you still have edges, cause I don't know if anybody knows.
A lot of people, they don't know the whole. They don't know.
Oh, I'm talking about like how you used to.
Oh, shut your damn mouth. Yeah, when I get
yeah.
That the fall of that relationship rocked my world, bro. Not in a good way. Not Michael Jackson. You want my world? No, I'm talking about. Man. That was one of the hardest things to go through. For a number of reasons. Like, again. You know, I started almost feeling like, dang, again? Like, okay, what? And I'm like, bro, I'm challenged because, like, bro, I'm good to niggas. Like,
yeah,
I'm good to folk. Like, what? Far more extensive than what happened between us two. Way deeper, and there are I'm mature now, and there are things, you know, I'm a person that I'll obey God at any cost. You know, I may feel away, but if God tell me to do, you know, I'm rocking with God. But I will say, I won't say it how I've said it in the past, but I will say that's a way I won't walk again. Not voluntarily. Yeah, no. That, I almost didn't make it. Now, that's real. Almost didn't come out alive from that. And I think people can be so consumed about what they want and how they feel and whatever, and they miss the effects of it on the other person. And so, yeah, that was a dark time. Everything. I lost my best friend. I lost my church. I lost, like, it was a dark time. Yeah. That's a conversation for another day, because we'd be here all day. But a dark time. And so Marquia was around, but again, that was still like it was very private for me. And I feel like you only knew certain things based upon checking on me from other friends. And it wasn't no message, you know, like, you know, how Britt doing, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody would be able to say, like, you know, she, you know.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and so I was
again, I wasn't intertwined in that part of your world. Like we stated, we were trying to develop or reconnect and build our own thing. So I wasn't intertwined in that world. And
I wasn't interested in sharing my traumas or bringing, like, you know, like, because we were trying to do something fresh. Yeah. And I wasn't really interested in, like, bringing no, like, oh, girl, look, this what happened, you know. And it just, it wasn't the space for that. But when the opportunity did, where I could, like, be in a space to talk to you about it, you know, it was no...
no, I told you so. Yeah. No, I knew this was going to happen. Because I didn't. Like, I legit... I thought that you and the former... Like, I came to grips with what it was.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it.
Wow.
That's the best way.
Yeah, I came to grips with what it was. And so, that job was wild, though.
No, for
yeah, that job was wild.
Because I was like, nah, we locked in even more than... Yeah. Ain't no darn way you don't set up it. Nah. You know what? Let me get up for that. Yeah. But yeah, it shook me, and I just never, I didn't like put that on you or what we had going on. So we kept on keeping on. In the process of, you know, building and becoming, and so yeah, bro, we've been hanging out, and like I said, I was getting nervous. Now I was. Matter of fact, one of the last times that I was over here, I honestly felt like you were gonna feel that I was, like, very
apprehensive.
Yeah. I was in a place, I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just feeling. And I was like, I just remember being very tense. I was sitting over here. I was just, like, super tense. And you were being, and I think what it was where you were being so, like, free and open, and it felt normal, but it felt like us, like, when we were younger. And I think the reality of it was like, oh, no. Because after my former best friend and I, you know, disconnected, I made it my darn business. Because when I say they mother did her big one, okay? Yeah, after my former best friend and I stopped being cool, when I say it took me through, I was like, I'm straight. Mm-hmm. I don't have no energy for nobody.
Yeah.
Especially not no girls. And mainly I be with boys though, for real.
Yeah.
Cause they don't be on all that job. They be chilling.
Sometimes.
Most time.
Right.
Yeah. Most time. But they be chilling for the most part. But girls, like, it take more time and then y'all fall out in the ugliest ways. Like, nobody got time for that. And so, after that, I was like, God, I don't got nothing. Oh, no. I don't have nothing for nobody, and I don't want nobody to expect nothing from me.
Right.
And so, I just wasn't in the place. And so, I was dealing with that.
Give.
Yeah, to give or to be.
Yeah.
Because when I say gave, I put the G in gave in the B and B.
They done took everything.
I mean, I gave on y'all. I'm talking about. I was a good friend, bro. I was a good person, and it's not to say that the other individual wasn't, but bro, I don't have no more left to pour out. I'm done, and so I was just sitting in that place. So I did my best trying to keep my mind in the best place possible, like when I was around, because I'm like. You know, I don't want fear to like grip me.
Yeah.
But it does. It has, because this last situation, bro, it was a plethora of things. Like, bro, what? Man, I ain't got some. I ain't finna get nobody the chance. Yeah. And it wasn't even in a toxic way. It was like, bro, I'm just straight because I don't have it for nobody.
I'm tired.
Yeah, and so us being cool, it wasn't ever them. I'm like, we cool. Like, people would ask all the time, like, well, what do you place? I'm like, ain't nothing. We cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have no thought processes or intentions. I was meeting other people, same thing. I'm like, we just straight, bro. I hope nobody don't think nothing, because I'm good. I'm straight. So, that last time I was here, I was really like, and I talked to Manny about it later. Because, you know, I could talk to him about anything, bro. And I'm like, he asked me about it. He was like, well, how was your thing?
That's what I mean, like, turkey wings and stuff.
I don't know. Whatever Rylan was trying to cook on that grill.
That was recent.
Yeah, that wasn't long ago. That's what I'm saying.
You were still, but you've been to the house before.
That was but that was, like, one of the first times that I really, had anxiety. Because that day felt like, I don't know. It felt too real. Like, I don't know how to
tell
put
me
it.
that this is raw.
Yeah, this is real.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it felt like
when Rylan was scratching his butt, man.
Okay, you don't have to say all that about him. It felt like she had let her hair down and mine was still pinned up. It just felt like.
Wait, so this was even after the whole like video, the trash bag, and the trash bag. When I did this?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know
that. And so being here was just like, I was gripped, bro, by something.
That was Thanksgiving, Nicole.
Yeah, that was not long ago. Yeah.
Y'all, it's March.
Okay. But I was really like, something gripped me.
Was it like a moment, like we were good or whatever? No, we were fine, and then like a moment of, ooh, this is.
I feel like I had apprehension in my mind that whole time. Like once I got here and we were like, it was just like, I don't know. I feel like I was getting like having anxiety a little bit about it. And I was like, bro, I don't know. So I told him, I was like, bro, I don't know what is it? Like, I don't know if I'm scared. Like, am I afraid? What is it? Am I thinking something's going to happen? Like, I don't know. And I kind of like dealt with it. So that's why I said what I said the other night. So fast forward. So.
Thanks for the context.
Shut up. So fast forward. Again, we were seeing each other, all that type of stuff. And we get to the red stage. This is so recent. The red stage.
Like last week, guys.
And by the time they see it, it probably won't be last week. Whatever.
Okay.
So we get to their 3-Part Friends. Marquis is a part of 3-Part Friends. It's a great group of background
BGV
vocals,
artists.
and they are amazing. They are solo artists as well, but they come together and do their thing and they kill. And so they put on a concert.
Our first concert.
And it was like dope.
And even in that, like, so y'all know, be creative. Like, your girl does
Hey, I'm about to say,
everything.
what Hey, man. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had to remind her. Sorry. But even then, we had like a photo shoot and stuff.
Oh yeah,
The 3-Part Friends. So we had to.
Yeah.
That was different.
That was beforehand too. Yeah.
That was beforehand with
That
the
was like
former
20
best friend too.
Yeah.
Y'all were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
yeah, we've had like run-ins and stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah.
Red Stage.
3-Part Friends. Follow us at 3-Part Friends.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
social-
shameless plug. Yeah.
social media
Amen.
platforms.
Yeah, and so we get there, and but by that time, like regardless of whatever fear and anxiety that I did have at a certain point, we were still like good.
Yep.
And so that day, I don't know, it was just something kind of different. I feel like, and mind you, I've been going through some changes, you know, major transformation. Even just the last 3 months, I've been in a different place, and there are a lot of things that the Lord has like just kind of been dealing with me about. And my heart is always to just be in the right place, do right to people, you know. And even when I got there, like the way you greeted me, you know, like not that it was out of your norm, but it just something in me was just like cool with it. Like, you know, I didn't have no reserves, so I was like, all right. So as the night went on, like, you know, y'all singing, y'all killing. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen that video, but I'm gonna drop it in there. And that was a moment. There were a few moments like that. And my little cousin was like, hey, I caught that. And I was like, nah, send that to me right now. And we was like, bro, we was
Locked in.
we was like, yeah, like hitting that job. And it just kind of gave me, like, it was like, you know when Raven be having them like,
Raven gotta be delivered.
the visions of the prophetic. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, it was like a moment for real. It like hit me. I was like, whoa. Dang, like you said, this my first, bro. Like this jacket, and I'm like, it just like, it made me emotional. Like, and I know people probably like saw the video was trying to like, they were probably like laughing at it, but like I was emotional about that job because you could read so much. Like if you know, you could read so much from that video.
Yeah.
And that's why there were some comments like, oh my God. Like, I feel what you feel, or I'm so proud of you. You know, like, the real know. And so it was just like a moment, and it hit me, and I'm like, oh my God, chemistry does not die. Dang. Like, and it just let me know, like,
not authentic.
Yeah,
not
man.
Authentic.
I'm like, and it just kind of like, dang, like I feel like at the core of us, even though we've matured, we've grown, we've aged, I feel like we still know the core things about each other. Yep. And so it's not hard to learn whatever's new.
Right.
And so,
because you know my intentions.
Right.
And I know hers, like, so I'm able to say, oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
I don't care how long you've known her recently.
Yeah.
That would never happen because that's not her.
Yeah.
Or, oh, no, that's her. That's about right, you know.
Yeah, so it was like a moment, bro. I was so choked up by that thing, though. And, like, I probably watched it 50 times.
Definitely shot that up, the views.
I was like, bro, like, and my heart was doing some weird stuff.
Palpitations.
It was like fluttering. No.
Okay.
And I was like, but this time I didn't do Like, this was the first time I didn't, like, shoot it down. Like, I was alright. I was like, dang. I'm like,
good, because you've been the entire time. I mean,
but this was the first time I was just like, I was cool. I was like,
yeah.
dang, bro, like, I miss this girl, man.
And I think it was, that feeling has always been the case.
For you, yeah.
Like,
yeah. And you've always been vocal about it.
That's always been the case for me. So,
yeah.
And
maybe I
welcome
have missed. Oh, Shia.
to this place.
Welcome.
So the mic up.
Into. Yeah, so I was just like, dog. And at this, this is the perfect time because there is nothing to cloud any
correct
thing, whether that's issues, distractions, or people.
Right.
I don't have, and the people that are in my life, all of them
is of a sound mind. Because everyone doesn't have.
All of them have been like, well, I love it. Because I'm also a vocal, I do care about the people in my life, like what they think to a certain extent. So I've been, most of them, the ones that I've gone to, have like, well, okay. It ain't been no, it ain't been none of that barking. But it was like just easy, and like regardless if anybody did feel away, I was going with what I felt.
Yeah. And
I really felt a peace about it. And then Saturday, it was just like everything. It was like the scales for real coming out the eyes, and I was like, whoa. And then I just thought about like the storyline of it. Mm-hmm. Like, dang God, you like, whoa. How did you?
He really
how did you do that?
He really does.
Who reconnects after that long?
Him. Which I said I need to have a board meeting with him anyway.
It was
some
just
things only he can do.
Yeah, it was just, and I knew it was a God thing, and I'm just glad we,
we didn't let ourselves
or people,
like those, people or apprehensions we may have had get in the way.
Yeah, and some stuff, y'all just got to put on the table. Like, talk to people.
Yeah,
and I think that's my biggest thing even now today. So much stuff can just be avoided.
Yeah.
But y'all don't like to talk about nothing. You don't want to reconcile. You want to win.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you trying to make something right, you don't care about humbling down, taking your, like, being honest, like, I didn't do this right, I didn't do this best, whatever. And so, the power of reconciliation. I believe we are a good description of it. I know a lot of people probably just be seeing pictures and stuff come back around. They like, oh yeah, cool again. But like, it's a story to it. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't no overnight nothing. Because 6 years is a long time. And so if we can end this, I would ask, what are your, like, where are you with it? What are your thoughts about where we are? And any thoughts about future? Like, what does it feel like, for you right now in this place, in this space?
I believe that this is, like you said, this is a time where nothing is. I've matured in areas where before, like, I wasn't able to vocalize, like, this is what it is. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, setting those boundaries, right? Doing all the things. And I feel like there are areas where I fumbled you or fumbled our relationship. Like, I'm mature in those areas now. Even if it's something I need help with, hey, I don't understand, or how can I fix it? Or how can we look at this or solve it or resolve it? So I think that for me, like you said, I'm in a place where I'm welcoming it. Like I said before, I've always kind of been, it's always been that for me. Or just kind of like that open door.
I mean, for you to say, not a good job, but like her saying that nobody has filled that spot after, like, that's crazy, bro. Why? Like, cause I mean, I feel like as females, you know, it's for the most part, and you one of those girls, like you a girl's girl.
I am a girl.
Okay, but at the core of you, like you're so. Okay, maybe you're like so open and nice.
Yes,
that it's like you're friendly. So
I am friendly, but you can be friendly and still be guarded. Like I can be friendly and still I'm watching. Like you know what I'm saying? And I just there is, and I don't mean this in any way. I hope it doesn't come off wrong, but there are aspects to my life where I am in the spotlight, or I am in
right.
I just am
Right.
in a position like at work, or at the time who my child's father was, or who my parents were, who my people were. I was always in the spotlight. So it's very hard to be vulnerable, or like, it's so crazy. Quinetta said that, she said, we were at this brunch, and she said it's so hard to like just be vulnerable because you always have to be like on, or of a certain caliber, or like you just have to be on, and it's not fake or pretending, but you got to be on. You got to be prepared. You have to be I don't know other word to say but on. And so everybody can't handle your nakedness. And I already like overthink things.
You have always been.
So that's, and then even when I'm not even being funny, but even when during that time, like with me being pregnant or whatever, that was a way of not only letting you in, but letting you and your friend in at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so when that happened and things transpired, I was like, oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? And it's just always been like that weird place with females. So I really wasn't seeking until recently, like an actual desire for sisterhood, and where I thought that void could be filled with a man, right? Like he could be my partner and my best friend. It started to shift. I'm like,
because some stuff
no,
the guy can't.
No, he can't be all those things, and that's so much pressure on one person, right? And so like I would say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, that desire ignited, because it wasn't. I was okay. I was fine. I wasn't looking, but there was a longing and a desire for a sisterhood, and so even in that, I was very cautious. There have been things in, like, you know, things that tried to like present itself, and I was just like, because when you know, right? It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to overanalyze it and all the things that just, it's natural. And so, I think, I don't know, like I said, I've been desiring sisterhood for 2 or 3 years, and I'm just like, Lord, I'll wait on you. I ain't about to do too much. And I do have females who are friends and close. But to say like that's my best friend, I have not been able to say that since 2016.
They ain't not scared. I know they ain't not scared. Whoever get that, again, whoever gets that title,
baby,
I get it. I do get it. But I thought that was that's crazy. And earlier you said big shoes to fill, so you know it's
because you just get me. Like in a way where I don't have to explain. Like, because sometimes I don't have the words to say, hey, this is what I'm... And I could just... that you don't have to explain. I could just look at you and be just like... You're like, okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even now, I could just be like...
Even if time... Like, and I think that's what, like... kind of scares me. Like, so much time has passed, and like we still like get that gauge, that tunnel vision. It's like, wait,
no, I'm saying,
yeah, it'd be like, it just be like, it's crazy.
So I just no, it was even then, like we talked about how we were immature and all the things. But those core values that we displayed and put on display for each other, that never changed. You know what I'm saying? And so that was very, very hard to follow. And also to want to do that again. I was like, hey, man.
No, for real, I'll do it again.
I'm cool.
Because it take a lot, bro. Energy, and you got to care about somebody else. Like, it's a lot, especially girls. And now I'm a kind of person where I'm a low maintenance kind of somebody. Like, it don't take a lot. Like, I'm not one of them kind of girls. Like, I don't have to have a whole bunch. But majority of the girls that I've befriended, they're high maintenance. Amen. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Yeah. So, a low maintenance person having to deal with a high maintenance person, you know, I've learned how to do it because everybody, for the most part, that I've come in contact with has kind of been. And so I know how to deal with them. Yeah. Even though, so I don't require as much. I think that's what, even when we were younger, I feel like I didn't require as much.
You didn't, but I think like because I was so high maintenance and I like set a standard, like no, we're going to be together every day. Right. It was just like, and I think that became a standard. Yes, presence is, I was like, going to say that. That's one of my biggest things. That is a big thing for you. We may not be doing anything. But we chilling.
Because you set the tone.
Yeah.
And I think that even with my last friendship.
I was going to say that,
Same thing.
Like it was low maintenance at first.
No. You.
All of a sudden.
You set the tone, man. Right, don't start all that switching up. Now.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, low maintenance, but I am heavy on like.
Presence, for sure.
Presence. And be, all right now. Do what you said you was going to do now.
Yes.
All that flip-flopping it now. Nobody got time for that. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I think we covered everything. That is it for this episode on whatever part you've completed. We're talking about the power of reconciliation. Going from adolescents to adults. Being friends at the age of 14. Not being friends anymore at the age of 18, 19. Reconnecting at the age of 25.
Yeah. Yep.
And here we are.
No, yo.
Yeah, we're not about to tell you how old we are.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. And here we are, a place where I thought we could never be.
Yeah. Journeying with God and journeying with each other.
And becoming. And so, and I think the bigger part is I had to, on all areas, had to become and change and transform. And so I could be better in other spaces. And so that I could handle, you know, and reconcile what I need to reconcile. And so, you see what it said?
Yeah. And everybody is not worth...
yeah, no, heavy on that.
Reconciling with. Yeah. Okay.
Now we can make peace, like, you know, I ain't no beef. You forgiving. It's good. It's love when I see you.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't have to reconcile to the point where we come back into
correct. And I think you have to be led by the Spirit, and through prayer, hallelujah, fasting. You can hear God's voice as far as like, all right, yeah, just apologize and go your separate ways, or
Right.
you know, I'm bringing
And it's peace.
yeah,
Ain't none of that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, better. Well, you have it. This is B. You are watching The Becoming. This is the new YouTube channel in the series Journeying with God with our special guests. And we out, man. Like and
I'm
subscribe.
here again.
Watch. This was very unconventional. Like, this was a different little vibe tonight. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
All right. Until next time, we out.
Becoming.